Is this Cannon?
Cannon.
Yep. William Conrad cannot move as fast as this theme song. That's for sure.
Special guest star, Donna Winter. Tonight's episode, Catch Me If You Can.
How ironical. No problemo catching William Conrad. Not because he's deceased, because he weighed about 300 pounds. It's like old man Barnaby Jones. Investigative PI work? Maybe so. Actually chasing criminals with a gun? I don't think so. It was 1970s television, suspending a lot of disbelief. Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you on a Tuesday afternoon, like 80 degrees out there. 70+% humidity. Feels like mid-80s, almost summertime-ish. Anybody doing exercise outside, manual labor, that type of stuff. Perspiration is a-coming. There's no doubt about it. Hey, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Jason, a.k.a. the Ragin' Cajun, a.k.a. the Man in Black, the heat magnet on a day like today. Even though we got, I don't want to say a drizzle today. My windshield got hit by some water, like a car in front of me hit a puddle, but it was actual rain coming from clouds somewhere. I don't even want to say a drizzle, but I think I made the windshield wiper go one time across the windshield. So 0.00001 inches of rain dropping today, like nothing, not even worth mentioning. No, it's summer-like out there. Crazy. Makes you a little nervous when summer finally does roll around in like 6 weeks or so. And then it's about 6 months of heat and humidity. We don't get bailed out until October. But some good news. A week from today, early next week, we should have temperatures maybe in the 40s, which would be really nice because I killed a mosquito in my house the other day, and that's no good. No one wants to get bit by those bad boys. They're a nightmare. A total nightmare. Hey, we got a good one lined up for you today. A whole slew of topics to discuss, a ton of stuff. Tomorrow, Troy Henry's going to join us on the program. Why? Because today, finally, after agreeing on a deal 15 months ago, the city of New Orleans and Troy Henry's Bayou Phoenix group sign a Six Flags redevelopment deal. Troy Henry's Bayou Phoenix is going to redevelop the 227 acres. I hope there's shovels in the ground soon. Still a little skeptical. It's the I-10, I-610 corridor or corner, which I think the city did not market properly. Proof's in the pudding. Local guy Troy Henry wins the deal, and the runner-ups were Drew Brees and Demario Davis, a former Saint and present Saint player. Not Buc-ee's, not Bass Pro Shops Cabela's, not Flying J Truck Stops, not some national group, because this wasn't marketed nationally. No one even knew it was being marketed, period, except for a few select local folks that caught the news, got the idea, or found out about it strictly locally. I don't think folks statewide outside of Metro New Orleans knew that site was available. And that's just kind of pathetic. You know, the winner should have been like Bass Pro Shops Cabela with Flying J Truck Stop as the runner-up. Not Troy Henry, and no offense to Troy Henry or Drew Brees or Demario Davis, but it just shows the insular kind of localized deal here with a 110% lack of true marketing on the deal. And that's just terrible. I-10, I-610 corner, I-510 corner, valuable. And I just don't know how many jobs are going to be created, how much of a step up it's going to be for New Orleans East and driving folks to that area, having other folks invest in parcels that surround that area? I just don't know. But I do know we kind of dropped the ball on that. New Orleans East has a lot of balls dropped, like the Lowe's becoming a Target. LaToya Cantrell opening her mouth and running Target away. Literally, they're not going to that Lowe's. Mackey Studios, film and production studios, directly across the street from the Lowe's on the lakeside of Reed and I-10. No shovels in the ground. Lincoln Beach, no shovels in the ground. Just frustrating. Anyway, we'll visit with Troy Henry, find out about his plan that includes warehouses, a water park, hotels, ball fields, redoing the Eastover golf course. Boy, Donnie Pate just sold out that community, huh? Letting the feds come in and dig up the golf course so they could build levees. They could get that dirt, that clay, that soil from anywhere in Metro New Orleans. But Donnie Pate saw an opportunity, abandoning the golf course, abandoning those that live on the golf course. How'd you like to live on a fairway out at Eastover, and now it's a big empty pit that just breeds mosquitoes, especially this time of year and summer coming? There's no water movement there. It's just big dugout pits that fill up with rainwater and just sit there. Used to be a fairway, a golf course. I'm sure some depreciated home values. Just sad. Anyway, no, it'd be nice to see the redo of the Eastover golf course. And that old Six Flags site finally becomes something. It's been nearly 20 years since it's been abandoned. 20 years. Cities like, and I don't mean to be repetitive, but Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, have increased in population by nearly 2 million people, like have grown larger than the Metro New Orleans population in the last 20 years. Cities like Houston, Dallas, and Atlanta have grown larger than Metro New Orleans population. That's Orleans Parish, Jefferson Parish, the North Shore, St. Bernard, St. John, St. James, St. Charles. I mean, it's insane. Insane. 20 years just goes by at a snail's pace in New Orleans, zero growth, total stagnation, while other cities grow by larger than New Orleans metro population. It's mind-blowing. Cities that surround us, Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, 6, 7, 8 hours away at the most. Just crazy. Anyway, Troy Henry on the program tomorrow. On Thursday, another edition of Hillier and Hennigan, those national pundits, both born in New Orleans. We'll get their take on a slew of national topics. John Bell Edwards, governor of Louisiana, endorses Dr. Shawn Wilson for governor. Garrett Graves is not running for governor. He's officially out. Junket Cantrell in Miami for absolutely no reason that benefits the city. Zero benefits for the city. Not a dollar coming in or a job created. Strictly another vacation paid for on the city's dime. Junket Cantrell in Miami doing nothing for us. Boy, Chris Rock's special, catching a little heat. Just ripping Will and Jada Smith, relentless in his latest comedy special. First Lady Jill Biden coming to New Orleans on Friday. Bill Cassidy will join her. So will Bill Cassidy's wife, who, like Bill Cassidy, is a medical doctor, a breast cancer surgeon, Dr. Laura Cassidy. They're touring the Louisiana Cancer Research Center in New Orleans Medical District. That's right there on what? Gravier, Tulane, and Claiborne's. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers, they've been with you for about 50 years. Ken Friend's been at it with his family-owned company for about the last 40 years. Real diamonds, natural diamonds, 1 billion years old. Not like these so-called diamond stores in Metro New Orleans, multiple ones. all under different names. They're selling man-made diamonds that are 3 weeks old, lab-created diamonds that only depreciate in value. You want real natural diamonds, 1 billion years old, that appreciate in value? Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. Tennis bracelets, diamond necklaces, diamond stud earrings. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers on Maple Street, in between Broadway and Carrollton. Friend and Company Fine Jewelers.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the Italian sausage with peppers or the soft-shell crab ravioli. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, now with 4 area locations. Canal at Carrollton, on the North Shore in Slidell, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana, and now in Metairie. West Esplanade at Transcontinental. The Woodhouse Day Spa.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store, and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" He said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend and Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, no cool spots. NolaAC.com, no cool spots.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Healthy and delicious, hard to find in New Orleans, easy to find at Lebanon's Cafe. For the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, make it the Mediterranean diet. On Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Tuesday. You know me, I'm all for new development in New Orleans, in Louisiana. Can't get enough of that. I just need some help. I must be missing something on this one. The airport, New Louis Armstrong International, has secured about 10% of the money needed from the Biden infrastructure plan, that multi-trillion-dollar plan, to build a $97 million airport access road that will connect the rental car facility and maybe potentially Concourse D that was redone about 15 years ago, fairly state-of-the-art still, probably nicer than about a third of airports in the country right now. A road that'll connect all of that to the new terminal. Now it's going, are they going to utilize that tunnel under the runway? How are they going to do this? They're basically building it right next to the existing airport access road. The airport access road, the original one that connects I-10 to the old terminal, I-10 to Airline Highway. Building it just a few yards inside of that. I don't really get why they're doing that. I want to understand it. I must be missing something. About to spend $100 million to build this road that connects, and it's needed because you have folks right now that use that rental car facility and have to get bused from the rental car facility to the new terminal or from the new terminal to the rental car facility. It's not anywhere near ideal at all. But there are other airports where that takes place, where you have to travel to get to the rental car facility. But most state-of-the-art airports, it's literally right next door. But like the Terminal D, Concourse D redo from about 15 years ago, I think it was about $350 million. It's mothballed right now. That rental car facility was built at the same time. It's pretty new. It's pretty state-of-the-art. It's just on the wrong side of the airport, considering the terminal's on the north side. But I must be missing something, because it seems like you could just build some roads connecting to the existing airport access road, the old road, and go in that direction. You know, back in, I guess it was the 70s, you had in Houston, I guess it was, Hobby. In Dallas, it's Love Field. Essentially, Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, DFW was built. Houston Intercontinental was built. Atlanta Jackson Hartsfield was greatly expanded. New Orleans had a chance to build a brand new airport. They could have gone with the idea they did today, a terminal on the north side, keep the existing runway, build in another area. There was talk of building in New Orleans East, which would have been fine. Instead, New Orleans, I don't know why. This is during the 70s when the city was booming. We opted for the, A and B concourses on the eastern side of the airport, the access road, a new parking garage. We kind of went on the cheap instead of getting something big and brand new like those other cities did. And now look at Houston Intercontinental or DFW or Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson, just tremendous airports, some of the biggest in the world. And we kind of missed the boat on that. And then you have a city like Charlotte. You know, in New Orleans, we would be saying, boy, there's already Atlanta, Dallas, and Houston. There's no way we can compete. Charlotte, surrounded by two Washington, D.C. airports, Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson. They built basically a new terminal, a new airport, and they have international flights. They have a gigantic connecting airport. They grew their airport tremendously. We just sort of trickle along. Anyway, I'm all for new construction. I'm all for new investment, new development. I just don't get this $97 million airport road within the airport that literally is going to run 90% of it parallel right next door to the existing airport access road. I don't get why we don't just use the existing airport access road that doesn't have a lot of traffic on it right now. It's basically an I-10 to airline highway exit and isn't even touted as that on the I-10. It's mind-blowing. Instead of just, parking B, cell phone lot, car rental, it should say airline highway exit. Just strange. I don't know why we're not utilizing that. And again, I can't stress I'm into new development. And there is a tunnel. I don't think it's a mile long, but it's pretty long. I think it's over a half mile long. 2 lanes in each direction. Under the existing, I guess it would be the east-west, west-east runway that essentially would connect the old terminal to the new terminal. I don't know if it's still got a few feet of water in it or that water's been pumped out, if they're spending money every year to keep that pumped out. I mean, the tunnel's pretty, solid because they had one politically connected hack construction company that rebuilt the east-west runway. And after a few years, it sunk. But the culvert, the tunnel, strongly built, that didn't move. The runway sunk on either side of it, and there was like a hump, like driving on a New Orleans street. And they had to rebuild that runway because of this hump in the middle of it. So I don't know why we don't utilize this tunnel that literally has, it's like the airport access road, 2 lanes in each direction, 4 lanes of traffic total. There is a tunnel that not many people know about that essentially connects Airline Highway and Veterans Boulevard underneath the entire Louis Armstrong International Airport, under that footprint. It's mind-blowing. That was built, never used, not used to move people, not used to move cars or traffic like it was originally designed. Just mind-blowing. Why isn't that being implemented to connect the rental car facility and the new terminal? We'll talk to Michael Hecht on Friday from Greater New Orleans Inc. Maybe we'll get some answers for that. Hey, it's crawfish season right now. Crawfish season, best quality, best prices, best selection. Rouse's Market's got your crawfish. You can buy them by the sack, take them home and boil them yourself. Live crawfish by the sack at each and every Rouse's. Or get hot from the pot. They're boiling crawfish all day. And just like their king cakes, this isn't some out-of-town, out-of-state grocery store that doesn't know what they're doing with king cakes, doesn't know what they're doing with crawfish. They're South Louisiana folks. They very much know what they're doing with crawfish. Some of the best boiled crawfish, hot from the pot, all day long at your neighborhood Rouse's. It's crawfish season. Your crawfish home? Rouse's Markets. Over 60 years, over 60 Rouse's. About a third of all Rouse's, 20-plus stores are in Metro New Orleans. Boiling crawfish for you. Rouse's Markets tastes like home. Tastes like crawfish this time of year. Hey, I got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away, plural. Multiple questions today. Rouse's Markets phone lines to get involved in the program, 504-766-9480. The phone number to call up the program, Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. Listening on the radio, watching on TV, checking us out on YouTube, Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. Yes, some Rouse's gift certificates to give away, 50 big bucks. Just in time, because this Monday, the Woodhouse Day Spa's 5th location, Mandeville, opens up. Yeah, I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates. Oldest American active Catholic church. America's oldest active Catholic church. You got the answer? I got 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse for you. 766-9480. Largest Confederate city during the Civil War. Largest Confederate city during the Civil War. 766-9480. Levi Spear Parmley in 1815 used a silk thread for what? A waxed silk thread. Say that 10 times fast. A waxed silk thread for what? Way back in 1815. 766-9480. 766-9480. The mafia in the United States started where? The mafia. La Cosa Nostra started where in the United States? 766-9480. Most popular Cajun name. And if you got the second most popular, I'll take that. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone lines are open right now. 766-9480. You got answers? I got 50 big bucks for the Woodhouse Day Spa for you. Mandeville location opening this Monday. Yeah, you right.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex, there's something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Enjoy outdoor dining on the streetcar line, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, the finest in Middle Eastern cuisine, Carrollton at Jeanette, Lebanon's Cafe.
Kanye West was seen shopping at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
Okay, I think Kanye was talking about something else entirely. Super Discount Store on Paris Road in Chalmette.
Hi, everyone. It's Tommy Wrong for AsbestosMoneyGrab.com. This is not, I repeat, not for folks with real asbestos problems. But if you're like me and we're maybe taking a shop class in high school where you maybe breathed in some brake dust and you know for certain you're fine, but you're the type of person that takes advantage of these types of situations, get tested, lawyer up, and steal some money like me. Go to I'm not really hurt at all, but like exploiting the system for free cash.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore led us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City. Corey Johnson back at you. Yeah, the Woodhouse Day Spa has now, coming Monday, 5 locations. Right now, 4. Mid-City, New Orleans, Metairie near North Kenner. They're in Baton Rouge. They're in Slidell. Coming Monday, Mandeville. I've got 5 different Woodhouse Day Spa trivia questions. That means I've got 5 $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates. Let's head to the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone lines are open. Area code 504-766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone line 766-9480. Let's head to Metairie, Louisiana, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic. Lots and lots of traffic. Carol joins us from Metairie.
Corey, listen, this is Carol from Metairie.
Hello, Carol.
And I've seen you before. Are you there?
I'm here. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Listen, I wanted to say, with that thread that was used...
Wait. Time out, Carol. Hang on. Haven't you won a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate in the last 6 months?
No, that was last year sometime. Now, you can check that out better than me, but I don't think so. We went through this before.
You're a multiple winner, I guess. I've got to keep you honest, Carol.
You say that, but you don't send me what you tell me you're going to send me.
I haven't sent you. When you've won, you haven't received anything, you're saying?
Yes, I have. I have. Twice I've won, and I've gotten 2, but I don't think it was 6 months ago. If you can check on that yourself. Your guys are right there. But anyway, this is all I'm going to say. And if I'm right, I'm right. And if I'm wrong, that's okay, too. So, okay. I said the thread that was used on the flag was used on the United States flag.
The waxed silk thread was used on the United States flag?
That's what I thought.
That's a great answer, Carol. That's creative and smart. I think that's good deductive reasoning. That is incorrect.
Yeah, you're wrong.
You're a winner. Okay.
No, you're a winner. That's really creative and smart. I like the answer. But
I think that's pretty smart. It was a kind of a smart answer, but anyway, it wasn't the right one. But you go forth with what you're doing. I look at you every time on Channel 4.
You're the woman. Thanks, Carol. That's Carol in Metairie. Thank you very much for checking us out, Carol. I give you a thumbs up on the television set and YouTube. That's a good answer. Like that wax silk thread for making a flag, it would make the flag kind of waterproof. I like Carol's thinking. I like that thinking, Carol. Got 5 different trivia questions. America's oldest active Catholic church. You got the answer? I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. Largest Confederate city during the Civil War. You got answers? I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse. Levi Spear Parmalee in 1815 used a waxed silk thread for what? And it wasn't a flag, Carol. The mafia in the United States started where? I'm thinking like Brooklyn or Queens. Most popular Cajun name. And if you got the second most popular, yeah, you're right. GQ on the North Shore had an answer, but his answer ended up being the oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley. We'll throw that out there. Oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley. Let's go to Metri again, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. Chris, what's going on?
I'd like to answer one of the questions.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. Hey, do you understand this $97 million airport access road? I get having a road from the, sort of pseudo new rental car facility, which is nice and state of the art at the airport, but it's by the old terminal, and you want to connect that to the new terminal. But this road's going to run right next to the existing airport access road. I don't quite understand that. Do you?
I don't understand anything they do in New Orleans or Metairie or Kenner.
And it's $97 million. It's just like, what?
Yeah. I don't understand anything they do. Believe me.
That's funny. No, me too. It's tiring. No, exactly. We all live with it, but it is tiring, isn't it?
It is really.
You can have the wrong answer, and just because you gave the right answer on that, I don't understand anything that goes on. I'm going to tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. That's the answer of the day. What do you have, though, for us, Chris?
I had the most popular Cajun name is A-Bear.
The most popular Cajun name is A-Bear. Why would you think that? Like not Boudreaux or something like that?
Well, because I just watched a special on WLAE about New Orleans and about Louisiana, history of Louisiana, and they were talking about a lot about Cajun names, and I think I remember them saying A-Bear was the most popular name.
Wow! Did they say what was number 2?
They did, but I can't remember it. But A-Bear stuck in my mind for obvious reasons.
No, A-Bear's pretty popular. I wouldn't guess that. I would think it's top 5, top 10, but it actually is number 1. You are correct.
Yeah,
you're
right.
Ding, ding, ding. What do we have for her, Johnny?
I love that answer too. So much better. We always say no cheating, no search engines, no wiki, no, Bing, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo, or Google, no intranet device. Because anyone can read the wiki page. That doesn't help us, but you're like, I watched a special on Cajun culture on PBS on WLAE, and that makes you want to go, wow, I'm going to look out for that special and check it out. So we learned a little lagniappe, a little gravy from you on that answer.
Yeah, it was a really good special. I really enjoyed it.
Nice. No, I'm literally, I'm going to look out for it. They've got some good programming. Dominic Massa, who used to be at Channel 4 for decades, he runs Channel 12, and really, I think, changing that station for the better, injecting some youth, even though he's about 50, injecting some youth into that station, maybe moving it in a slightly different positive direction. So that's always good. The PBS stations, we have 2 of them. That's good stuff. Chris, good job, man. You got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Who's getting that bad boy?
Oh, my wife, of course.
Nice. And since you're in Metairie, you can hit the one on West Esplanade and Transcontinental.
Yeah, right down the street from me.
Cool, man. Hey, Chris, hang on, all right?
All right.
Don't go anywhere. That's Chris in Metairie. Yeah, most popular Cajun name is A-Bear. Hebert. Hebert, not Herbert. Hebert A-Bear, of course. Bobby A-Bear, former Saints QB, former Falcon QB, former Michigan Panthers QB, former Oakland Invaders QB. Bobby A-Bear, he had to deal with Hebert. Folks were calling him that when he first got into the league. I guess I'll keep that second most popular Cajun name question out there. Good job, Chris. Jason, a.k.a. the Ragin' Cajun's going to get some info from you and tighten you up. Get you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Yeah, this Monday, the Mandeville, a 5th Woodhouse Day Spa location opens. This Monday, you Mandeville, Trey Yen folks. Yeah, you're right. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. 766-9480. I'm going to get a logical answer on why they're building this access road. right next to the existing access road, spending $97 million. Chris's answer might just be the answer because they do a lot of stuff I don't understand in New Orleans and Metairie and Kenner. It's so true. So true. Finally, after 15 months, the city of New Orleans and Troy Henry's Bayou Phoenix signed that Six Flags redevelopment deal. Only took 15 months after it was agreed upon. Wow, city of New Orleans, moving slower than a snail's pace. Tomorrow on the program, Troy Henry will join us live to discuss that exact situation. Hey, on Thursday, another edition of Hillier and Hennigan. We'll discuss a lot, like these 40,000 hours of video that the House Speaker released to Carlson Tucker of Fox News, who has a terrible reputation. You can go on YouTube. He talks about how he lies all the time. And doesn't everyone lie? It's like, really, dude? And then, of course, Fox and this defamation lawsuit with Dominion Voting Systems. The Fox defense attorneys are literally saying, no one believes Carlson Tucker. Come on. You'd be a fool to believe him. It's all a joke. It's a parody. He has no credibility. That's their defense. That's Fox's attorney's defense on Carlson Tucker. A buddy of mine is a big Fox watcher, loves Carlson Tucker, and I basically said to him, Carlson Tucker could sleep with your girlfriend and you'd still watch. and it's essentially true. The Fox viewer, I mean, I guess it's no different than, it's just a much smaller audience, like a fifth, an eighth of the size. I guess it's no different from like the CNN or MSNBC viewer. There's not one of those show hosts on any of those channels, or those networks, I should say, that I find really compelling. I'm going to learn a lot. They're entertaining. They're interesting. They're funny. Not any. I don't know why CNN or MSNBC, the left-leaning side, doesn't pay Jon Stewart an insane amount of money, or Bill Maher an insane amount of money to host a nightly program. They'd get ratings. Bill Magoo, John Doe, they're not getting any ratings on CNN or MSNBC ever. Those networks fail miserably. Corey Johnson with you.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here, and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
Have a painting project but can't decide on the perfect color? At Helm Paint and Decorating, we offer half-pint paint samples in any Benjamin Moore color for under $5, so you can test potential paint colors before investing in a full gallon.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Rouse's Markets means convenience. Every one of our 65 locations opens at 7 a.m., some at 6:30, and they're open until 10 p.m., with some staying open till 11 or even midnight. Convenience. Rouse's Markets. Tastes like home.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Recently, Kim Kardashian was seen at Super Discount Store in Chalmette.
Let's party.
Can you think of any other celebrities that won't sue us? Super Discount Store in Chalmette. The lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and cold beer. 3235 Paris Road.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. nola.woodhousespas.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Tuesday afternoon. I heard a local radio talk show host. I guess you pay folks a little bit of cash and they'll endorse any product. I heard a local radio talk show host. Hey, what's the first four letters in the word paint? Pain. Aren't you tired of painting your house every year? Who paints their house every year? I got one for you. What's the last 4 letters in the word paint? Ain't. Like it ain't a good idea to use one of these so-called coating companies that this particular guy was hawking, that he was pushing. You want to know what those so-called coating companies are, really? They're the world's most expensive home painting companies. And it's not a coating. It's an elastomeric paint. It's not specially formulated for Southern homes for New Orleans. It's not revolutionary. It's been around for decades and decades. You want elastomeric paint? You can get the highest quality version of it, Benjamin Moore from Helm Paint and Decorating. But chances are the pros at Helm Paint and Decorating are going to steer you away from that. And don't take my word for it. Talk to any professional painter. They're not using elastomeric paint on your house. I'd say 99 out of 100 applications, you don't need this super thick rubberized paint. That's pretty expensive. There are several lines of Benjamin Moore paint you can get at Helm Paint and Decorating. Like I got Regal Select, lifetime warranty. I'll never, ever paint my house again. I did that about 6 months ago. Joey Helm and Keith Main, Ronnie Helm steered me in the right direction. Even Christy Helm helped me pick out the color. I'm not making any of this up. I went to the Earhart location, the flagship store, but there are a half dozen other Helm Paint and Decorating locations, East Bank, West Bank, North Shore to serve you, plus 2 free hour delivery anywhere in Metro New Orleans so you can keep working. when you got to paint in Metro New Orleans. Do it once, do it right. They truly will steer you in the right direction. Helm Paint and Decorating. That goes in the no-brainer category. They've only been at it for over half a century. Helm Paint and Decorating. A Tuesday afternoon, 80 degrees, 70+% humidity. Feels like mid-80s. Wow. Corey Johnson with you. So much to discuss this afternoon. A ton of different topics. Am I missing something? A new $97 million airport road connecting the rental car facility to the new terminal that will parallel the existing airport access road. I don't get it. Maybe I'm missing something. It just seems kind of strange. Finally, after 15 months, the city of New Orleans and Bayou Phoenix, that's Troy Henry's group, sign a deal to redevelop the Six Flags site. Troy Henry will join us on the program tomorrow. Governor John Bel Edwards endorses Democrat Dr. Shawn Wilson for governor. Republican Garrett Graves is not officially not running for governor. He announced that today. Junket Cantrell living up to her name in Miami, doing absolutely nothing for the city. Strictly another taxed finance vacation for the mayor. Her trip will not bring in one job or $1 to the city of New Orleans, and that's a fact. Boy, Chris Rock's special catching heat, especially from some folks in the black community. Rips Will and Jada Smith just relentlessly. First Lady Jill Biden coming to New Orleans on Friday. Bill Cassidy, a Republican, will join her, as will Bill Cassidy's wife, a doctor herself, breast cancer surgeon, Dr. Laura Cassidy. They're touring the Louisiana Cancer Research Center in New Orleans Medical District. Yeah, you right. Hey, I've got several $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates for you. All you need to do is answer one of our trivia questions correctly. No intranet device, no search engines, no DuckDuckGo, Bing, Google, Yahoo, none of that. You either know the answer or you don't. No wiki page. Oldest American active Catholic church. America's oldest active Catholic church. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse is yours. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate. 766-9480. 766-9480. Largest Confederate city during the Civil War. 766-9480. Levi Spear Parmley, back in 1815, used a waxed silk thread for what? For what? Carol had a good guess. To make an American flag. It'd be like a waterproof flag. That was a good guess, but incorrect. The mafia in the United States started where? The mafia in the United States started where? I would think like Brooklyn or Queens, something like that. Manhattan, Long Island. We got the most popular Cajun name, A-Bear. You got the second most popular Cajun name? How about the oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley? Oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley. Lots of questions. I just need one of those questions answered by you, and I'll tighten you up with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. 766-9480. William joins us on Bayou St. John. What a great neighborhood that is. How you doing, William?
I'm doing all right. I'm the Wolfman, Will, they call me.
The Wolfman.
I'm the Wolfman, Washington. Yes, sir. I'm after the Wolfman Jack.
Yeah, you're right. What's up, Wolfman?
Oh, not much. I just happened to hear this survey with a questionnaire, and I think the oldest church in the U.S. is Jackson Square. It's in Jackson Square.
What church is that?
It's right off. It's right in New Orleans.
Yeah, what's the name of the church?
I'm trying to think. St. Louis Cathedral.
Kaboom goes the dynamite. William, don't go anywhere. You are correct.
What do we have for her, Johnny?
What's that, Blue Boy? William gets a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Hang on, William. 5 o'clock powwow next.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 5 p.m.
If you or a loved one are suffering from addiction, listen to Springfield Wellness Center's founder, Paula Norris Metier.
I feel personally, when I walk around on the grounds, that it's sacred ground. It's healing. Just the environment is healing. Just being here makes one feel like that, I can let go. I can let go of the worry. I can let go of the stress that I've been carrying around for a long time. We don't shame anybody. We don't blame anybody. We don't judge anyone. Just that alone really is the foundation on which everything else that we do is done.
Put your addiction behind you. Call Springfield Wellness Center, 504-291-4000.
Just call us. That's all. And we'll be waiting for you.
504-291-4000. 291-4000. Springfield Wellness Center. SpringfieldWellnessCenter.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Where can you find shish kebab in New Orleans? Lamb, beef, chicken, shrimp, plus all your other Mediterranean favorites. Lebanon's Cafe on the streetcar line. Lunch, dinner, and shish kebab. Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, the premier day spa experience, is now more convenient than ever. Now open, the Woodhouse Day Spa, Metairie location, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. Metairie and Kenner's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamarck team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamarck Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all of the time.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
When a young man comes in and they walk into our store, and you can see they're a little intimidated. Last week, I saw the young man. I said, "Hey, what can I do to give you a hand?" He said, "Well, I'm here for an engagement ring, but I don't think I'm in the right place." So I got him to my desk, and within an hour, he had purchased an engagement ring, had spent $1,000, and he was treated like he spent a lot more, and I'm sure we have a customer for life. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna be chasing after someone.
Yeah, you're right. Speed Racer.
He's gaining on you.
What did the Japanese think of Americans back in the 70s, late 60s? Every kid ate a lot of sugary candy and had a pet monkey. Maybe 90% true on that. They must have watched some goofy TV show in the 60s where someone had a pet monkey. And then the lots of candy and sugar part is totally true. No doubt about that. I think I would have been about 5'10", maybe 6 feet tall if it weren't for sugar consumption as a kid. I think Captain Crunch and Quisp cereal crushed me. Shrunk my height. Wow. Yeah, you right. Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the program. 5 o'clock Power Hour this afternoon, brought to you by Katie's in Mid-City, the quintessential New Orleans neighborhood restaurant. Actually brought to you by 3 Scott Craig properties. He's the owner, operator, head chef at Katie's. And also the Katie's of Harahan, Bienvenue, in the curve on Hickory Avenue, bringing a little Mid-City's Katie's New Orleans flavor to Harahan, River Ridge, Elmwood, Old Jefferson. Bienvenue, the Katie's of Harahan. Have you been to Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in between Canal Boulevard and West End? About 15 different specialty sandwiches to choose from, or build your own. Bread, meat, dressing, cheese, extras. They got a big 10-ounce burger. They got fantastic pizza at Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in between Canal Boulevard and West End in the old Charlie's Deli location. The 5 o'clock powwow brought to you by Katie's. Bienvenue, the Katie's of Harahan, and Francesca Deli and Pizzeria. Yeah, you right. 5 o'clock powwow on a Tuesday. Corey Johnson with you. A slew of topics. I think we just slipped under 80 degrees, maybe 79 right now. Humidity north of 70%, so feels like mid-80s. Almost summertime-ish. Spring plus kind of the hottest spring, mildest summer temps going on right now. More than spring, a little less than summer, I guess. Finally, after agreeing on a deal 15 months ago, insane slow pace of business in New Orleans, the city and Bayou Phoenix sign a Six Flags redevelopment deal. Troy Henry's in charge of that. He's going to redevelop the 227-acre former Six Flags site on the I-10, I-510 corner into East. Warehouse, water park, hotel, ball fields, redoing the Eastover golf course as well, which is off-site but nearby, less than a mile away. We'll visit tomorrow afternoon in the 4 o'clock hour with River Phoenix's Troy Henry. Hey, on Thursday, another edition of Hillier and Hennigan. Right-leaning Quinn Hillier, left-leaning Ellis Hennigan join us on Thursday afternoon. We'll discuss a lot of national topics, including the Speaker of the House releasing 40,000 minutes of video to Carlson Tucker of Fox News, Fox Political News. I love the Dominion Fox trial going on and the Fox lawyers. Who would believe Carlson Tucker? This is their defense. He's a known liar. He just talks a lot of crap. Only a fool would believe him. Come on, no one takes him seriously. That's the Fox lawyers' defense in the Dominion lawsuit. Mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. We'll visit with Quinn Hillier and Ellis Hennigan on Thursday, discuss that, Ukraine, a whole lot of stuff. The push to open up more drilling. Hey, Governor John Bel Edwards endorses Dr. Shawn Wilson for governor, the Democrat. Republican Garrett Graves announced today he is not running for governor. He'll stay in Congress up in D.C. Junket Cantrell living up to her name. She's in Miami. Another taxpayer-financed vacation that no way, no how delivers a single dollar or a single job to the city of New Orleans. It is strictly for her. Her mentality, the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many. Me, using taxpayer money to live at the Pontalba apartment, to go on vacations, to eat high on the hog at some of New Orleans' finest restaurants. And those are the mild things she's doing. I don't have time to bring up the federal investigation into criminal behavior involving the mayor, Junket, Cantrell. Wow. In Miami, the junkets continue. This woman has no shame. No shame. Chris Rock's special catching heat, especially among some in the black community. I love what Barack Obama said when he was running for president. Actually, I think he was running for U.S. Senate out of Chicago. Black folks, white folks, no one can say they represent white folks or black folks. White folks think like this. Black folks think like this. No one. So some black folks offended by Chris Rock's stand-up special. Some were saying, why are the majority of Chris Rock's jokes always bashing black women? It's like black women, black men, white women, white men, Latino, Asian, locals, folks from around the country, folks from around the world. No one's off limits. It's like Blazing Saddles with Chris Rock. I mean, seriously, I've never sat there and go, man, his number one jokes are about black women or about white men or about... Chris Rock is just funny. One of the greatest comedians in the history of comedy, period, end of story. And I don't think there's any generalization you can make. There might be some sensitive folks that think there are one, but I don't know. If I were some folks in the black community, I'd be much more worried about musicians, so-called musicians, that don't play any instruments, rap music, that all they do is bash black women. I mean, come on, are you kidding me? Make black women into like something, not an equal at all. The B word and worse. I mean, come on. And it's not only black male rappers doing it, it's black female rappers doing it as well. I'd focus on that a lot more than Chris Rock, who does bash the hell out of Will Smith and Jada Smith. Relentless. I don't really see a problem with it. Jada Smith is very opinionated, very public, and that's fine. But my point is she's very opinionated, very loud, very public. What does she expect? No one to reply to what she says, especially comedians? Please. A lot of what she says is comedy. First Lady Jill Biden coming to New Orleans this Friday. Bill Cassidy will join her, a Republican. And Bill Cassidy's wife, a breast cancer surgeon, Dr. Laura Cassidy. They're going to tour the Louisiana Cancer Research Center in the New Orleans Medical District. That building on Claiborne's in between kind of Tulane Avenue and Gravier, encompasses the whole block. You can see it from the elevated Claiborne's I-10, the Louisiana Cancer Research Center. First Lady Jill Biden will be there with Congressman Bill Cassidy and his wife, a breast cancer surgeon. Am I missing something? The airport's going to spend $97 million on an access road that connects the rental car facility and the new terminal. Rental car facility on the north side of the property, on the south side of the property, the new terminal on the north side of the property. What's crazy is this $97 million road is going to sit right next to the existing airport access road. I'm lost. Maybe someone can do some splaining to me on that. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. 766-9480. I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. Largest Confederate city during the Civil War, 766-9480. Levi Spear Parmley, in 1815, used a waxed silk thread for what? In New Orleans. What did he use it for? 766-9480. The mafia in the United States started where? 766-9480. Oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley. 766-9480. Corey Johnson with you. 5 o'clock power. Don't move.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Come to Fausto's Italian Bistro. Age-old Italian recipes like the calamari fritti or spaghetti and meatballs. Lunch Monday to Friday, dinner Monday to Saturday. 530 Vets, a block before Dorignax. Fausto's Italian Bistro.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Super discount store in Chalmette.
3235 Paris Road.
The lowest price allowed by Louisiana law on wine, alcohol, and beer.
Worth the drive from anywhere.
If you're throwing a party and need wine, alcohol, and cold beer, super discount store in Chalmette.
For us, it's really relationships. And if you care about the relationship, you're going to do the right thing for the customer all the time. When we're in design process of a custom-made piece, I have a test that says, if I wouldn't give this to my wife, I think we should pass and start over. If it's not perfect, it's going back to the shop. We're going to start all the way over. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
After 15 months of picking a winner to develop the Six Flags site in New Orleans East, finally the city and that winner, Bayou Phoenix, sign a deal. Troy Henry heads up Bayou Phoenix. He'll join us tomorrow in the 4 o'clock hour to discuss his plans. On Thursday, another edition of Hillier and Hennigan, talking a lot of national politics, national news, and the like. Let's go back to the phone lines. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 504-766-9480, 766-9480. Tom joins us in Metairie, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic. Lots and lots of traffic. I was caught in a little Metairie traffic earlier today, Tom.
Yeah, well, I was listening to the opening, and I wasn't outside, but I got in my car later on this afternoon, and sure enough, I just washed it, and all I saw was a smattering of raindrops on my windshield. Like, son of a gun. Just wash the car. Of course, at this time of the year, it doesn't take but 5 minutes for a layer of pollen to get all over it, so it just made a mess of things. But
barely any rain, though, right? Or did you have something coming down severe?
I didn't see anything coming down. Like I said, it's just like you alluded to. It was like the only reason I knew it rained is because I looked at the windshield in the car. And it was like, oh my God. So,
yeah, I washed my car, probably went to the car wash probably like 2 days ago, so it still has that sort of waxy gimmick going. But I think if your car was dirty, I don't think you would have to use the squirter. I don't know if there was enough water on my windshield to loosen the dirt that would have been there. I did one swipe of the windshield wiper today coming into work. Barely any rain. I don't even want to call it a drizzle.
I just hit the washer just to get the spots off, and that was it. That's all it took was that.
Yeah.
But, I'm not an airport employee, but I park in the employee parking lot at the airport, and I had to read that article 3-4 times to try to figure out what in the world they're doing. First of all, it's less than 10% of the total cost of the project is what they have. I don't know where they're going to come up with the other 90%. I know they said something about.
That's right. I think they got like $8.7 million from Biden's, $1 trillion, infrastructure bill. So that's about 10% of the 97 million, a little less, like you said. They're going to have to float bonds or something for the other 90 million. And then, Tom, from what I understand, it's going to essentially parallel the existing airport road. And then, like before Vets, hook a turn to the west and connect to the existing terminal. I don't get it. I don't really understand what they're doing, Tom.
I don't either. They have to keep it outside apparently for security reasons. It has to be outside of the secure area with the fence, so it can't be inside of the airport. So going underneath the tunnel, which I heard is always flooded anyway, that's not a viable unless they set up security checkpoints for all the employees coming out of the employee and all the passengers coming off of the out of the rental car. But I will tell you this: so the road to get that they're using now is Bainbridge, and I don't know if you've been down Bainbridge. I mean, if you ever went up there when the Saints were landing at the FEO.
No, I remember Bainbridge, but how does that act? How do you get from the car rental facility to the new terminal via Bainbridge? Bainbridge dead ends into general aviation on the north side of the airport, right?
So what it is they take the existing road that everybody utilized going, from to the old terminal, and they hit Veterans. They take a left on Veterans going west, and then they take a left on Bainbridge, and its only access point is for.
No! It's only for official vehicles only. I was about to mention that should be a public entrance to the airport, a second public entrance to the airport. You could exit on Williams, go Veterans to Bainbridge, and enter at that. What is it for, like limos and taxi cabs and big vehicles? Correct.
Right. So I think it's only the buses, like the employee bus, the rental car bus.
Yeah.
That's the only one that can lift the gate coming from that northeast corner of the new terminal.
Now, I was blown away when I first went to the airport and circled around it, and I was about to exit. I was like, I'm going to exit right here, and I'm right by I-10 and Vets and Williams. And it was like only for official vehicles like you're mentioning, and you had to go to the other access road. Why isn't that open too? Why not two entrances to the airport? I don't see what the problem is. Why would you restrict that?
They're doing you a favor because Bainbridge has got to be worse than, I think you went to Dulles. Remember going down Octavia? Bainbridge is worse than Octavia.
Well, then just repave it. I mean, what from Vets to the general aviation of that entrance, what is that, about a quarter of a mile? Half mile?
Like 5 miles on that road. And it's embarrassing for the people on the rental car buses because they got to be losing teeth and what have you.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Plus, you see the porno store too. Is that still over there?
I've looked, and what's always ironic is that they always had an ice cream truck parking lot next to it. But I don't know if they sell out that. It had adult books on it. I don't know if it still sells that or not. I'll be honest with you.
Wow.
But I still can't figure out what they're trying. I mean, I'm scratching my head. Why not just make like a high occupancy lane just for official vehicles coming from the south side to that? And bypass Veterans, somehow loop underneath south of Veterans, but then they'd have to build another bridge because there's a drainage canal right there, right at the end.
Well, why not use the existing access road and just have an exit before Vets that connects straight into the terminal there?
Exactly. Because not that access road isn't. I mean, in rush hour, a lot of people go from Airline to get to I-10 to it, but other than that, it's not all that much used. So
no, exactly. It's used probably 10-20% of the amount of traffic before when it was the access road to the old terminal. And then literally, like you said, or a previous caller said, it's going to be in between the fence and the access road, like another road right there, like 10 feet away, right?
Yeah. Again, I'm scratching my head trying to figure out what they're doing.
No, me too. I have no idea why you wouldn't just build a road that connects the terminal. You don't even have to build a road. I mean, right now you can get to the access road from the rental car. All you'd have to do is build an exit before Vets that puts you into the airport. I don't get it, Tom. I really don't. It really makes no sense. And I think the water could be pumped out. I remember they used to pump it out, to maintain it before I think they abandoned the project. I don't know if they still spend money on that, but it's literally about a mile long or so, and it's 2 lanes in each direction. It was supposed to connect Airline and Veterans under the airport, and this tunnel exists. They had some local politically connected construction firm that resurfaced the east-west runway, and I remember it sunk a few years later, and the culvert that's part of the tunnel, and is built on pilings, didn't move, and there was like a hump on the runway, so they had to resurface that runway. I just don't get, Tom, what we do in New Orleans and Louisiana. We love second rate and making a street, and then and everybody's not on the same plan, and the Sewage and Water Board has to come in and rip up the street to fix pipes when it's a brand new street, and then refix it. We're just not on the same page at all. I don't get it, Tom. We like losing. Winning's hard, I guess. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, the funny thing is that we're spoiled down here, and I guess the people in upper, they're spoiled also, because it's nothing to be in Atlanta and take an employee bus to the parking lot and take a half hour on it, or a rental car where you have to catch a train to get to the rental cars, and we want it to be, 5-minute bus ride.
But Tom, that problem in Atlanta would be welcome here because they have a booming airport that does 100 million plus passengers a year, like 10 times what we do at Louis Armstrong. It's sometimes, if not always, the world's busiest. So we want we want traffic problems because we have a booming economy, not because we're inefficient and dopey like we have,
That's right.
I don't know.
All right, Corey, have a good one.
Yeah, you're right, Tom. Thanks for the info. Tom from Metri, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic. Lots and lots of traffic. Good comments, Tom. No, Tom works at the airport, parks there at the old terminal, a 5,000 car parking garage that remains about 95% empty now. And he gets on a shuttle that takes him on the access road to Veterans, to Bainbridge, into this entrance to the airport that only those buses carrying employees, taxi cabs, and limos can use. Why aren't there two entrances to the airport? Why don't they redo Bainbridge? Like he said, it's like Octavian Uptown, bumpy and broken. You swerve to avoid a pothole, you might go over the curb and go into that linear canal there. That should be a covered culvert. No, there should be two entrances to the airport. You could exit at Williams Boulevard and Vets and get into the airport that way, or take the access road. I don't know. It's just beyond illogical. Crazy. Hey, Young's Dry Cleaning since 1940. Truly a New Orleans institution. You tired of your dry cleaner? Young's will take care of you. Walk-up locations with personal service, free pickup and delivery, East Bank, West Bank, home or office, or their manless locker locations called Young's Express. Dozens and dozens and dozens of those. To find out more about the best dry cleaner in the business since 1940, 83 years of excellence, youngsdrycleaning.com, youngsdrycleaning.com. Hey, tomorrow, Troy Henry's going to join us on the program. Finally, the city and Six Flags have signed an agreement to redevelop that Six Flags site. Troy Henry's the developer, wants to put warehousing, water park, hotel, ball fields, redo the Eastover golf course less than a mile away. Troy Henry tomorrow on the program. Hillier and Hennigan, another edition of those cats. Right-leaning Quinn Hillier, left-leaning Ellis Hennigan. They'll join us Thursday to discuss an array of national political topics and more. Hey, this Monday, the Mandeville location of the Woodhouse Day Spa opens its doors. That'll be 5 Woodhouse Day Spas in the area. The flagship, Canal Street at Carrollton in Mid-City. They're in Metairie near North Kenner, West Esplanade at Transcontinental. They're on the North Shore right off of Gauze and I-10 in Slidell. They're in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. And coming this Monday, a Mandeville location, Trey Yen Country. Yeah, you right. I got some $50, 50 big bucks, $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away, gift cards. Answer a little trivia question, 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse is yours. Starting Monday, 5 area locations. Largest Confederate city during the Civil War. Give me the answer. 50 big bucks to the Woodhouse is yours. Rouse's Markets phone lines to participate in the program. 766-9480, 504, 766-9480. Levi Spear Parmley in 1815 in New Orleans used a waxed silk thread for what? For what? Carolyn Metairie had a good answer last hour to make a flag. Thought that was a really good answer. It'd be kind of a waterproof flag. That was incorrect. 766-9480 if you've got answers. Hey, by the way, no DuckDuckGo, Bing, Google, Yahoo, no wiki, no search engines, no intranet device. You either know the answer or you don't. The mafia in the United States, La Cosa Nostra. The mafia in the United States started where? I'm thinking like Brooklyn or Queens or Manhattan, New York. 766-9480. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. The most popular Cajun name, A-Bear. What's the second most popular Cajun name? You got answers? I got a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you, 766-9480. Oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley. Oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley. Rouse's Markets phone line, 766-9480. Governor John Bel Edwards endorsing Dr. Shawn Wilson, the only major Democrat in the race, endorsing him for governor. Garrett Graves, a Republican congressman, U.S. congressman, out of that race, officially not getting in the race, officially not running for Louisiana governor. AG Jeff Landry, a lunatic, is the favorite right now. Just a crooked criminal, an Edwin Edwards deviant type. Treasurer John Schroeder, he seems like a good man from the North Shore. State Senator Sharon Hewitt, she seems like a good lady from the North Shore. State Rep Richard Nelson, I think also from the North Shore. Those are 4 Republicans that are running. Although I wouldn't call Jeff Landry a Republican, I would call him a wacky right-winger. How about the goofy Republican Party endorsing him before the field was already completed? The fix is in with the Republican Party of Louisiana. But they're famous or infamous for that. 35 years ago, you had a sitting Republican governor in Buddy Roemer that had some great reform ideas, just revolutionary. Bucking the Edwin Edwards, John Alario, Sherman Copeland trends. Trying to change Louisiana for the better, like Louisiana, like North Carolina, New Orleans, like Charlotte. We'll never lose our culture, but our economy, our politics, our business, attitude would be like North Carolina and Charlotte, respectively, in Louisiana and New Orleans. The Louisiana Republican Party endorses Clyde Holloway. He gets like 6% of the vote. Buddy Roemer, Edwin Edwards, and David Dork get about 30% each, roughly. Buddy Roemer was the odd man out. The Louisiana Republican Party 35 years ago, because of some wacky agenda, like right now, endorsing Jeff Landry before the field was even filled out. 3 more Republicans have joined the race. Better Republicans than crooked, deviant Jeff Landry, who's out for himself. No, 35 years ago, they endorsed Clyde Holloway, an extremist, an evangelical, wacky right-winger. He gets barely any vote, but just enough to pull votes away from Buddy Roemer and the Louisiana Republican Party, because of their actions 35 years ago, derails Buddy Roemer's revolution. In a second term, he might have got us towards Charlotte and North Carolina. Instead, we get the David Dork, Edwin Edwards runoff. What a joke. I mean, almost criminal behavior. And they're at it again, endorsing Jeff Landry, who's homophobic, doesn't acknowledge his gay brother. His other brother and Landry have a staffing agency in Lake Charles supplying jobs for the LNG industry there. And they don't hire Louisiana workers. Landry's the type that would wrap himself in an American flag and I'm conservative and I'm out for you. These guys import Mexican workers. I'm not making this up. You can Google it. Go to NOLA.com, any news outlet. They'll verify it. Imports Mexican workers because they can work them harder, don't have to give benefits because they're greedy. They can make more profits. Don't even hire Louisiana workers when they shouldn't have the staffing agency to begin with. He just got off the Harvey Marine board. I've been talking about that, where he gets $1,000 a week, $1,000 a week, sitting on this Harvey Marine board. And I can't blame the owner. He's just like, man, I got the state's highest legal guy, the state's #1 lawyer on my side. He doesn't go to board meetings. He doesn't vote. I don't know if he even has been to our facility, but I like having him on the board, and I'll pay him the $1,000 a week. No, Jeff Landry is immoral, unethical, no honor, pride. Jeff Landry is exactly like LaToya Cantrell. Same exact political playbook, no different except political ideology. LaToya Cantrell's a loony leftist, and Jeff Landry's a wacky right-winger, and they're both out for themselves, enriching themselves, selling us out. He's the favorite to be governor. And in New Orleans, I can say this all day long, it's not going to steer people off of LaToya Cantrell, because black over white or Democrat over Republican rules. And in Louisiana, I can say all this stuff about Jeff Landry, and it's not going to steer people off of Jeff Landry, because white over black or Republican over Democrat rules. Just absolutely pathetic. We like to lose. It's easy to lose. Winning's hard, but winning is rewarding. We wouldn't know too much about that because we love to lose. Like I say, as long as hunting and fishing season, 3 for 1 at the bar, Mardi Gras, Saturday night in Tiger Stadium is a go, everything's good in Louisiana. Doesn't matter if you're educating your kids. Doesn't matter if we have crime. Doesn't matter if the economy's terrible. Doesn't matter that we have billions of dollars in backlog of infrastructure. Doesn't matter that we're not competing against other cities, other states. Doesn't matter. Something fundamentally wrong with that in Louisiana. Just sad. Just sad. Hey, guess who opened their doors about 40 minutes ago? Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets. I was there yesterday for lunch. Lunch Monday through Friday. Dinner Monday through Saturday night. Monday through Thursday, they're open for dinner till 9 p.m. Friday and Saturday night till 10 p.m. When the weather's like this, you can dine outside at Fausto's. Chicken, veal, fish. Lots of great seafood items. They got you covered for Lent. Some of the city's best Sicilian and Italian can be found at Fausto's Italian Bistro on Vets, and they just opened up their doors. Hey, I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. Largest Confederate city during the Civil War. You got an answer? I got 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse. 766-9480 is the phone number to participate. Rouse's Market's phone line, 766-9480. Levi Spear Parmley in 1815 in New Orleans used a waxed silk thread for what reason? You got an answer? I got 50 big bucks for you at the Woodhouse, 766-9480. The mafia in the United States started where? 766-9480. Oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley. Most popular Cajun name, Hebert. Second most popular Cajun name, 766-9480. I've got several questions. That means I've got several $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates for you. 766-9480. Hey, every day on radio, television, YouTube Live, we broadcast from the Buddy Diliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. Your fair and honest air conditioning and heating experts that come immediately. Fair and honest Lucas and the boys, air conditioning and heating experts that diagnose it right away and come immediately because your heater AC is not working right, or worse, not working at all. You can find River City's Total Maintenance at NOLAAC.com. NOLAAC.com every day. We broadcast live from the Buddy Diliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof. Now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anyway. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
This is what Drew Brees thinks about Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Actually, Brees doesn't think at all about Super Discount Store, but they do have the lowest prices allowed by Louisiana law for beer, alcohol, and wine. Super Discount Store in Chalmette. Super Discount Store!
The city's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa with 4 area locations: New Orleans, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and Metairie. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. NOLA.woodhousespas.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, let us do you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Being a part of people's lives, from an engagement ring to a wedding band. Before you know it, the wedding day is here and groom and bride are exchanging gifts on that day. And not too long after that, there's baby gifts to have. And I just enjoy being part of other people's family, saying, Mr. Friend did my engagement ring and he did my mom and dad's engagement ring. My name is Ken Friend of Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business.
Hey guys, it's Frank Smith from LasVegasGambling.com with your weekend 5-star lock of the week. Lock of the week. Lock of the week. Take the Lakers and the points over the Clippers. Sell the house, sell the boat, sell your children. Send grandma away and take the money. Put everything you've got on this 5-star selection. It's the Lakers over the Clippers. And we've also got a fantastic 5-star parlay as well. Call us now, 888-555-7777. It's Frank Smith, a.k.a. The Hammer, from LasVegasGambling.com. Do it now.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
If you love Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City, you're going to love Bienvenue in Harahan. The same folks bringing a little of that New Orleans flavor to Hickory Avenue. If you love Katie's, come to Bienvenue on Hickory Avenue in Harahan.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. Hey, you beelining across the causeway as we speak? Why don't you fire in a nice to-go order from Trey Yen in Mandeville? The phone number over there, you know the area code 985. Phone number at Trey Yen, 626-4476. 626-4476. Trey Yen in Mandeville. Some of the finest Chinese cuisine, not Chinese food, Chinese cuisine in America. And it's Lent. The Wong brothers, for over 40 years, have embraced our local seafood. One of the best seafood restaurants in Metro New Orleans. Obviously, with a Chinese twist, Trey Yen in Mandeville. You will not be disappointed. Tonight for dinner, make it Trey Yen in Mandeville. Folks on the North Shore, you know where it's at, right at the foot of the causeway. You folks on the South Shore, 25 short minutes from Lakeside Mall to Trey Yen in Mandeville. There's no driving on the North Shore. You cross the causeway, immediately to your left, Trey Yen. That phone number again, if you're on the bridge, heading home to the North Shore, bring a big to-go order home. Mom, Dad, the kids will love it. Trey Yen in Mandeville, 626-4476. 626-4476. Wonderful Trey Yen in Mandeville. I'm there about once a week, and I live on the South Shore. It's that good. I love those lunch specials that are ridiculous, insane. They're Tuesday through Friday, under $10. You're in or around Mandeville, and you're thinking fast food? That's crazy. Get gourmet Chinese lunch specials. 18 different ones to choose from at Trey Yen in Mandeville. 80 degrees, 70+% humidity. Temperatures feel like mid-80s. Crazy. It's not spring, and it's like a, I guess hot spring or a mild summer right now. Finally, after agreeing on a deal 15 months ago, the city of New Orleans and Bayou Phoenix signed the Six Flags redevelopment deal. Troy Henry's the man behind Bayou Phoenix. He'll join us tomorrow in the 4 o'clock hour to discuss his plans. Garrett Graves is not running for Louisiana governor. Republican U.S. Congressman Garrett Graves is not running for Louisiana governor. John Bel Edwards, the president governor, endorses Democrat Dr. Shawn Wilson for governor. Junket Cantrell, living up to her nickname, in Miami right now. Another taxpayer-financed vacation that no way, no how will deliver a single penny, a single dollar to the city of New Orleans, much less a single job. Not one person will get a job in New Orleans because of Junket Cantrell's trip to South Florida. What a joke. Chris Rock special, the comedian catching some heat, relentlessly ripping Will and Jada Smith in that special. First Lady Jill Biden coming to New Orleans on Friday. Republican Bill Cassidy will greet her, will join her. So will Bill Cassidy's wife, a breast cancer surgeon, Dr. Laura Cassidy. They're going to the Louisiana Cancer Research Center in New Orleans Medical District. Going to tour that facility. Am I missing something? A new access road at the existing Louis Armstrong International Airport connecting the rental car facility on the southern side of the airport to the new terminal on the northern side of the airport. Isn't there an access road right now that essentially connects the two? I'm lost on this $97 million expenditure. It's mind-blowing. I don't get it. Here's the crazy part. It's going to be about 10 feet away from the existing airport access road. I'm lost on this. We had a caller earlier, I think Tom from Metairie, that works out there trying to help us out on that. Corey Johnson with you on a Tuesday. Hey, still time for you to jump in the ball game. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. I've got a handful of $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. America's oldest active Catholic church. We got that answer, St. Louis Cathedral. It was funny. The caller was like, it's at Jackson Square. I can't remember the name. And then he remembered it in time. Most popular Cajun name. We got that answer, A-Bear. Most popular Cajun name. What's the second most popular Cajun name? I thought it would have been like Boudreaux or something like that, but it's not. Oldest building in the lower Mississippi River Valley. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse can be yours. Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480 to participate. The mafia in the United States started where? I would think like Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens. That might be the answer. La Cosa Nostra, our thing in Italian. Where did the mafia start in the United States? Back in the 1800s. 766-9480. 766-9480. Levi Spear Parmley in 1815 in New Orleans used a waxed silk thread for what? Carol in Metairie last hour said, to sew an American flag. I was like, that is a damn good answer. Wax thread, maybe like a waterproof type flag, lasts longer than just a regular threaded flag in the weather, in the elements, the wind, the rain. But that answer was incorrect. Lots of trivia questions. 50 big bucks at the Woodhouse can be yours. 766-9480. I mentioned Troy Henry's going to join us tomorrow on the program in the 4 o'clock hour. We're going to find out what his plans are for the Six Flags site in New Orleans East. Warehousing, a water park, a hotel, ball fields for kids, plus less than a mile away, redoing the abandoned Eastover golf course. Donnie Pate, the developer of that golf course, really sinful behavior after Katrina. Just sold out the folks that live out there. You have a house on the fairway, on the golf course, on a tee box, on a green, your backyard's on the golf course. He literally let the feds come in and dig out huge portions of the golf course, wreck the golf course, dig out these huge pits to build levees. I mean, there's a lot of other places they could have got the soil and dirt from, obviously, but there was a lot of money. A premium for that dirt. And he only sold out the Eastover community. How'd you like to own a house on a golf port and now it's a big pit filled with water, a mosquito breeding ground? It's not like it's a lake with fish in it. It's a big pit, a dugout fairway, an abandoned golf course. Talk about lower your housing values. And the Eastover community is resilient. A lot of those folks came back. They still have pride in their neighborhood, still have a guard at the gate. You can't just enter Eastover's neighborhood. It's still a gated community, both on the lake side of Lake Forest Boulevard and the I guess, intracoastal waterway or non-lake side of Lake Forest Boulevard. 2 gates, both having guards. 24 hours. You can't just drive in. No, they have pride, resilience. They picked themselves up, and Donnie Pate, the old developer, sold them out and sold the dirt that was part of the golf course, the fairways, let the feds come in and dig it all out to build levees. Now, important to build levees, but they could have got the dirt anywhere. Pate sold out because they were overpaying. It's like the blue roofs. Blue roofs cost more than a real roof during an emergency. A blue tarp hammered down on a roof costs more than a real roof. It's just something painfully wrong with that. Inefficiency with the feds. Speaking of the feds and politics, what's that, Blue Boy? On Thursday, another edition of Hillier and Hennigan. Yeah, you right. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow, a wide open Wednesday edition of the program, straight up 4 o'clock. Yeah, you right. Have a great night. See you mañana.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
Hi, it's Ken Friend from Friend & Company Fine Jewelers. You've got a friend in the jewelry business. Come see us over on Maple Street in Uptown.
Friend & Company Fine Jewelers, Breitling time, 6 p.m.
I might have some new